Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Fully Tilted. Here we play control decks in MTG Arena's best of one format, or known as quick constructed or constructed event. If you're new to the channel, first time here, definitely think about hitting that subscribe button and making sure you crush that notification bell so that when we post new videos, you're not left in the dark. As usual, guys, today we're going to take a look at another control deck. So let's take a look. Today we're going to be taking a look at an Abzan control deck. Now, normally when we think control decks, we usually automatically always think blue, right? Blue has counter magic. It allows us to counter things before they even hit the field. However, today we're going to take a look at a little bit different take on a control deck. This time we're going to look at a control deck that decides that once things hit the field, that's when we're going to remove them. So keep that in mind, guys, that there's not any blue in this deck. It is a white, green, and black deck. Once again, it is suited for best of one, so as you can see, we have no sideboard. So guys, today, right, let's take a look. We're going to be running 3 Fountain of Renewal. This is just a fantastic card, especially against aggro, and in the late game, we can sack it and draw a card if we need to. We're going to be running 2 Dawn of Hope, which is a white enchantment that whenever you gain life, you may pay 2 and draw a card, which in and of itself, in combination with Fountain of Renewal, is absolutely fantastic. Now, later on in the game, you can pay 3 plus a white and create a 1/1 soldier token with lifelink. This is awesome against control, right? You can basically have an endless stream of soldiers that can start attacking. And so if control cannot remove it, which blue and black usually have a very difficult time removing enchantments, then it's pretty much game. So we actually use it as one of our finishers if we need to. Running 2 Cast Down to help remove any creatures that hit the field that aren't legendary. Running 3 Moment of Craving, awesome against aggro, right? So it's a -2/-2, so we can take care of any early attackers, plus it gains us 2 life to help mitigate any damage that they've already caused. We're running 3 Assassin's Trophy. It's basically just our one-hit remove all. And so enchantments and permanents are usually, like, other than creatures, are usually pretty difficult for control to remove, but with Assassin's Trophy, we have an out. We're running 4 Treasure Map, which is basically our search for Azcanta. Since we're not running blue, we don't have that option, so we might as well run Treasure Map instead. It can also help us kind of ramp into some of our finishers. We're running 2 Ixalan's Binding. Now, this is no cast out from previous standard, but it is still pretty good. We are only running 2 because we don't want too many of them. But this is really good against decks that run, very minimal threats. So things like, Jeskai or is it Drake's, where we can binding a few of their creatures, and then they pretty much are dead in the water. Running 3 Ritual of Soot, and this is just a great sweeper against aggro, Boros Aggro, Mono Red Aggro, Mono Blue Tempo, any of that. We are only running 3 of them because we do have other board wipes as well. Running 3 Vraska's Contempt. This card is basically just a catch-all. Anything that hits the field we can pretty much remove except for enchantments. But we can remove creatures, planeswalkers, and the 2 life gain is nothing to sneeze at. It is pretty relevant, especially against aggro. Running 2 Karn, Scion of Urza. This is one of our finishers that combines really well with Treasure Map. We can start pumping out some really big artifact tokens in the later game. Once we start, flipping Treasure Map, and we have all of our treasures, and then we start pumping out, some 0/0 colorists. They get +1/+1 for each artifact you control, and basically, he's one of our finishers. Running 2 Cleansing Novas. This is to help us remove some of those bigger creatures that are a little bit more difficult to remove. Vine Mares, Carnage Tyrants, and the like. Things like Hexproof. We can, if we really needed to, also use it to destroy artifacts and enchantments, but most of the time we'll use Assassin's Trophy for that. We're running 2 Lyra Dawnbringer, and this card is awesome against aggro. Doesn't fare too well against control, but it is a good finisher regardless. We're running 3 Vraska Relic Seeker. I mean, she's just a great planeswalker. She's a win con in and of herself, so what more could you want? For our mana base, we've got a pretty solid mana base, to be honest. We're running 2 Plains, 4 Swamps, 4 Isolated Chapels, 4 Overgrown Tombs, 4 Woodland Cemeteries, 4 Sunpetal Grove, and 4 Temple Garden, sorry. So the mana base is pretty solid. Being in Abzan colors in the current meta, we have access to 2 different Shocklands, which really helps round it out. We are missing 1 set of our Shocklands, right, our white and black from Orzhov, but that's okay, we can wait till next set, and honestly, we really don't need it with this mana. It's pretty solid regardless. So that's the deck, guys. Now, if you're looking to craft this deck, first and foremost, I want to tell you that this probably isn't super competitive. I think it's close, and it needs some fine tuning, but you know, it definitely don't think about like bringing this deck and then like completely stomping across everyone. You're going to have some difficulty, and we can definitely fine tune it a little bit. But if you're talking about what cards to craft first, in all honesty, my best bet would probably be Vraska, right? Because she's just an awesome, awesome closer. Lyra's great. You can also use her for Boros Angels. Karn's pretty good, but I might stay away from that. Vraska's Contempt is definitely on the top. It's just a great removal spell that can be used in multiple decks. Same with Ritual of Soot. If you're going to be in black and you're not in white, then chances are it's your only form of sweeper, so you might as well go there. Treasure maps are always good. You can always use more treasure maps. Basically, if you're in a control deck and you don't have access to blue, put in treasure map. So as far as like what to craft first, definitely go with Vraska, definitely go with Lyra, definitely go with Contempt, and definitely go with treasure map. From there, probably move into like Karn, maybe some Cleansing Nova, Ixalan's Binding. Assassin's Trophy is okay. It's not seeing a ton of play these days, and it's because it does have a big downside, right? You're basically ramping your opponent. Not ideal. But it does have its uses. I think it has yet to find its home in this meta, and maybe Abzan Control is it. Who knows? We'll find out. But I would kind of hold off on that, as there are some better options that we can use if we need to. But that's it for the deck, guys. We're going to go pop into a quick constructed, and let's see how it does. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are for game 1 of our Abzan Control deck. We've got a decent hand, right? Nothing. We got some early interaction that we can definitely pop off between our green and our black. We've got a sweeper. We're missing our double black for Vraska's Contempt, but we have definitely some time to pull it, and we can drop a Dawn of Hope pretty early if we need to. So overall, I think it's a pretty good hand. I think we'll keep it. We're on the play, which is pretty nice, so we can start off with Temple Garden. We don't need it first turn, so that'll enter tapped, which will then allow us to drop our Sunpetal Grove untapped or our Swamp, depending upon what they play first. So let's see what our opponent's playing with here. So blue-red, so maybe is it Drake's or possibly Jeskai Control. So we're still missing our double black for Contempt, but either way, we're going to drop Dawn of Hope. Get it on the field so it doesn't get countered later on. And there's our double black. Do we want to show black yet? We don't really need to. So I don't think we do. Well, you know what? In case we need a trophy. And just pass the turn. So it is Jeskai. So we're probably playing either a Jeskai Drake or a Jeskai Control deck. And so if that's the case, if it's a Drake deck, Ixalan's Binding comes in very, very handy. Now we do have to watch out for that counter, so basically we can only play that when they are tapped out. And let's pass the turn. The end of their end step, we can create a 1/1 token. Isn't that sweet? It looks like they're not going to do anything. So it looks like that's what we're going to do. Might as well try to get in some early beats now. Moment of Cravings, okay. It's not actually ideal against these guys. Let's get in for 1 damage. So we can draw a card, but then we can't create a token. Do we draw the card? Do we draw the card? I think we draw the card. That might have been a misplay, because now we can't Contempt. We can Assassin's Trophy, but that's not ideal. We could Moment of Craving, but there's not much in their deck that we can Craving, so... Okay, so Teferi. So either way, he's going to hit the field. They're going to untap for 2. So the question is, do we Assassin's Trophy now? Or do we wait and Contempt next turn and hope they don't have Negate or Spell Pierce? I think we wait.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
This might have been a misplay. We'll find out. Okay. So we've got Relic Seeker. But we are missing... so they could have a negate. We can drop Vraska and remove. We can't remove Teferi. We could Ixalan's Binding. Let's try Ixalan's Binding. So they have something. Do they have the negate? They do have the negate. So we'll Assassin's Trophy just to get rid of Teferi. It's just like a card that we do not want to see. Right, and so with Abzan not containing counters, right, it's more of a tap-out control deck, which is kind of nice. You don't have to sit back and wait. Does he have another one? Okay, a Niv. Alright, so basically we contempt... Or you know what, we can Vraska and then kill Niv. Yeah, I think that's a better play. That way he doesn't get the trigger. So Cleansing Novas, okay, that's fine. Crackling Drake's okay. Alright, so Ritual of Soot doesn't really do anything against them. We could Vraska +2, attack in. He's going to block probably the 1/1 token, which is fine. We can always Cleansing Nova afterwards. What to do. Line of play. Do we try to Contempt and hope he doesn't have the counter? You know what? Let's create the token. We won't attack. Yeah, we'll just pass the turn. Yeah, I think this is the best line of play. So he's going to opt, which is fine, at which point we will Contempt. Pay 2. Draw the card. Let Opt Resolve. Scries 1 to the top, so whatever he found he wanted. Plays another Opt. Scryed 1 to the top, so again, whatever he's looking for, looks like he found it. Deafening Clarion? Maybe? Star of Extinction. Wow. Okay. Yep. We'll just pass the turn. Well, go on our turn. And so we can do another Vraska. Oh, because yeah, it's fine. So we need, doesn't really, oh, and our opponent scoops. Fantastic. So that worked out really well, right? Jeskai Control, able to basically remove anything that he had, play around his counters. Good game. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, another game with our Abzan control deck. We have 2 lands treasure map. Not a lot of early interaction and only 2 lands, but we do have a treasure map. Both of them are going to come in tapped, which is unfortunate. I think we have to mulligan this. It's just too slow of a hand. So this is a little bit better. So we have a fountain that we can play turn 1. We have treasure map that we can play turn 2. We have double black for a ritual, and we have Karn. So I think we're going to keep that. Lyra goes down to the bottom because we desperately need some lands here. Overgrown Tomb is going to have to come in. We're going to have to pay the 2 life, get a fountain, pass the turn. Let's see what our opponent's playing. Black and green, so probably some form of Golgari if I had to guess. So maybe Golgari mid-range, somewhere around there, which is a pretty dominant deck in this meta right now, so we'll see how we fare. So when you have treasure map, always make sure you tick your upkeep so that you can scry your draws, unlike what I just did. Saproling Migration, interesting. Might be black and green fungus deck. So if that's the case, Ritual of Soot's going to be real good right here. Do we want the plains? We need the 4th land. Yes. And we pass the turn. Okay, so Slimefoot's a bit of a problem, right? Because when we Ritual of Soot, we're going to take some damage because of it. So not ideal. Do we scry, or do we keep and try to go Ritual of Soot? And just take everything, and then take the 2 damage. So if we scry, then we can't Ritual unless we draw a land. So I think this... Or do we wait and let him build his board a little bit more? We got to scry. Come on, let's go for it. And we got our land. Do we Ritual now, or do we wait? Do we play Karn? Karn can't defend himself. And so 3... So he will survive. Gain 1 life. Do we play Karn and get the card engine drawer going? Yeah, let's play Karn. I'm not too worried with Fountain about this damage just yet. Oh, so they're going to give us the land. Which is fine. It's always nice to have more land. Come on, opponent, you got it. Yep, there it is. Song of Freyalise. Okay. Another Spore Swarm. Okay. So, we're going to take some damage here. We kind of don't have a choice at this point. Do we want another fountain? I do not think we want another fountain. Contempt is beautiful, but not exactly what we want right now. Do we want the Assassin's Trophy? Just take a lot of damage next turn if that's the case. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I think we have to Ritual, and we don't really want the Assassin's Trophy just yet. And so let's see what we pull for cards. Okay, so again, they're going to give us the land. And so right now, basically what's going to happen is we're going to take a lot of life to just clear the board. We're gonna get beat up quite a bit. Yep. There should be like a resolve all. I feel like that trigger needs to happen. We will pass the turn. Let that resolve, that's fine. Anything he plays is going to come in with Summoning Sickness, doesn't really matter. Another Saproling Migration, okay. And he kicked it for 4, not ideal. Do we want to draw a card? Nope, we kind of need the health off Fountain. So our turn. Of Vraska's Contempt. So we can Vraska. What do we have in exile? Moment of Craving. Or we can drop, go down to 5. Karn still doesn't die. Play Vraska. What does Song do? Put +1/+1 counters. She goes down to 3. Karn gets us a Moment of Craving, which brings them down to 3. And then we Vraska, remove. They can kill Vraska. Alright, so let's Vraska. We can't wipe their board, so we kind of have to remove the enchantment. We can hope that they give us a good card, but it's unlikely. So instead, and then we Moment of Craving one of theirs. This might not have been the right line of play. Because now they can kill Vraska. It might have been better to not Moment of Craving and Construct instead, but I'm not sure. I think it was more along the lines of I was a little freaked out about Song of Freyalise. I'm not quite sure why. Mainly because they had Saprolings on the field, which kind of bothered me. Alright, so we're getting our life back. Isolated Chapel's not great. Let's see. We can make a construct that's pretty big. It's a 4/4. Karn goes down to 4. Kind of like that. Let's start pumping some stuff out. And we'll pass the turn. We can pretty much remove one of their Saplings with a Vraska's Contempt, but that seems a little unwise. So I think we're going to sack a token, sack a treasure. They're really attacking in. Okay. So let's sack the treasure. Ooh, another Karn. That's always nice. So let's see what they give us. Oh, they'll give us the land. That's fine. We'll just pass the turn. So they can attack in, which is fine. Yep. So they're going to lose one of their Saprolings. It didn't seem like the right play, to be honest. Let's draw another card. I know we're kind of bringing our construct down, but that's okay. It's really just there to protect Karn at this point. Binding's okay. Cast down's good. Let's see what they give us. Okay, so they'll give us the land. Ritual doesn't really help us that much right now. And so we can attack in. We'll end the turn. They'll attack with their fungus, which is fine. Karn goes down to 2, but we can always cast down. And then we still have mana open for Contempt if they play anything. Nope. Do we want to sack it? Yeah, let's sack the treasure. Let's draw a card. Sack the treasure. Another Contempt. Wow, we just threw every single one of our Contempts. We'll create another construct.
There is great power in
That's fine. We can always Binding it, which is kind of nice. So they can't play it again, considering it's really the only card that kind of punishes us. What's Binding? We have 7, so we can still treasure map. Contempt something if we need to. Let's see what we pull. Oh, let's see what they give us. If it's Fountain Renewal, we'll just play it. If it's cast down, we can use it next turn. So they gave us the Fountain. Which makes our guys a 5/5. We'll only attack in with 1. Nah, we could have done with both. I think both would have been a better choice. Because they don't really have anything hasty. Right? Yeah, they don't. So that would have been better to go with both of them, to be honest. But, it's okay. And our opponent scoops! So Karn for the win! With some artifacts, not exactly the way we envisioned it, but hey, it works. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are again for another game. So we've got 2 Fountain of Renewal, which isn't great. We do have a Temple Garden, which we can pay 2 for, and we have Treasure Map. We have no early interaction. But with Treasure Map, and we're going first, I kind of want to keep it. I might get punished for this, but we're going to find out. So our opponent holos us, so we holo him back. So hopefully, since we have no early interaction but 2 Fountain of Renewals, we'll be able to, and a treasure map, be able to kind of scry into some good stuff here. So playing against something white, Temple Garden, not ideal. We could let it kind of, since we don't have anything, enter, pay the 2 life, treasure map. Let's pay the 2 life, we'll treasure map, and we'll probably scry on the beginning of our turn. White again, mono white aggro, possibly vampires. Okay. Do we want Assassin's Trophy? No. We're looking for like Moment of Craving, Cast Down. Assassin's Trophy I don't think is really going to do us any good here. Woodland Cemetery. We have the forest. Oh, Oh, right, main phase. I always forget that part. Fountain of Renewal. Again, we'll tag on our upkeep so that we can scry with treasure map. Forerunner of the Legion. This might be like the Vampire Precon deck. I'm not 100% sure. I'm actually not really that familiar with the Precon decks, to be honest. Let's see what he pulls. Legion Lieutenant, okay. And we take 2, not a problem, we get it back anyway. Yep, so that's fine. Another Assassin's Trophy, jeez. Do we want Assassin's Trophy? Destroy target permanent. He is going to land a Legion's Lieutenant. Am I really worried about him ramping into anything? You know what? No, I really don't want it. We want other interaction. Cleansing Nova wasn't really what I was looking for. But that's okay. Next turn we'll have enough to Cleansing Nova. So we're going to take 6 here, which isn't great. Actually, we're going to take 7. Which isn't great. But we can Cleansing Nova, which is fine. We can also, we're going to scry and then flip treasure map. Do we want the swamp? We do, because then we can Cleansing Nova, Vraska next turn. That's fine. So he's going to get the 1/1. So it looks like he's been pretty stuck on lands as well. Another Legion's Lieutenant, which is fine. We'll take another 2. And there's the moment of craving. Fantastic. Boom. And now, I think we've turned the corner. We'll see. Might have an Ixalan's Binding. Radiant Destiny, that's fine. We can actually destroy that with Vraska, so that's kind of nice. We're just going to gain some life. No biggie. So we're going to keep this in our hand, right, to fake like we have something. Which we don't, but it's okay. Queen's Commission. Do we want to sack it for a treasure? Let's sack a treasure. Draw a card. Moment of Craving. Perfect. Gain more life. Gain more life. That Fountain of Renewal is so great against aggro, right? Like, it's just, it's... And so we destroyed the Radiant Destiny, which brings his creatures back down to a 1/1. And so now, with a 2/2, there's no way he's going to attack into Vraska. Oh, dead weight. So he can still attack into Vraska now, which is fine. Got the Radiant Destiny. That was not what I wanted to do. Ugh. That didn't work at all. I totally misclicked that. But that's fine. So Vraska's going bye-bye. I didn't expect him to have the other Radiant Destiny, but that's alright. The good news is we have other options here. We'll just pass the turn. I don't want to really... Right, so he hits me for 2. I'm going to gain 2 every turn. So until he goes wider, like this, Ritual of Soot doesn't really do any good. So Ritual of Soot will be good now. Do we Assassin's Trophy? No, we'll keep it out for now. We don't need to play it. Queen's Commission. Again, like, we're gaining so much life here that I'm not really worried about it. Vraska's Contempt is nice, more life gain, but realistically it doesn't really matter that much. So we're just gonna pass the turn. I'm not going to Ritual now. He's only got 2, and that'll be our second Ritual. And so I don't want to... Okay. So we're just going to Vraska's Contempt at Johnny.
It's good to see you, my friend.
So he's still going to get the +1/+1 counters. So we'll get rid of the Radiant Destiny. He's going to pull the land, which is fine. And he goes down to a 1/1. So he's really only doing 2 damage to us every turn. I kind of want him to build a bigger board before I Ritual. That's fine. Another Radiant... This dude is drawing Radiant Destinies like it's his job. So we're just going to clear the board. Done. And we're going to pass the turn. We might have to crack one of these fountains because we're really running low on cards, which is unfortunate. Let's crack one. Nah. Not ideal. Also not ideal. But Vraska's Contempt works really well against Martyr of Dusk, because then he doesn't get the token out of it. Because it exiles instead of destroys. So that's really nice. He's just gaining a lot of life. Oh, yes. Ixalan's binding his radiant destiny. Goodbye. So many creatures. This dude is drawn really well. Let's see what we pull. That was not what we wanted to see. 2, 4, 6, 9, 11. So we go down to 3. All right. Not ideal. Let's see what happens. So this fountain's not going to save us, so we're going to crack it, see if there's something that we can pull. Cleansing Nova, Ritual of Soot. That's not what we wanted to see. Also not what we wanted to see. And that's pretty much game, ladies and gentlemen. That is game. Probably a couple misplays in there, like how we utilized Vraska and stuff, but it is what it is. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've got another game. 4 land, which is really nice. 2 of them do come in tapped unless you want to pay. Treasure Map, Dawn of Hope. Overall, it's actually a pretty good hand. Not a lot of early interaction. But we do have the Treasure Map. Kind of tempted to keep it. We'll try it. Let's be greedy. We're going first anyway. We've got plenty of black, right? That's not a problem. I would like another white source so that we can do like Lyra and stuff later on. Looks like Boros Aggro maybe. Another land, not exactly what we were looking for. But at least Treasure Map will help us so that we can start scrying our draws and make sure that we don't draw junk anymore. Ooh, Pride Made. This is a deck that we really want to start looking for a Ritual of Soot. Ixalan's Binding's not bad. I don't really think they have much in the way of removing it, to be honest. We have got the land for it. If we can hold out long enough, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, let's keep it. We don't have anything to do. Well, we could, and then Dawn of Hope. Yeah. That's fine. So let's see what our opponent plays now. Something... What do they have for a 3-drop in like a white Weenie or a Boros Aggro? They have Tajik. Could be Tajik. Tajik does not save them from Ritual though. Mentor of the Meek. Let's see. Whenever another creature power 2 or less enters the battlefield, you may pay 1 to draw a card. Okay. It's not bad. Let's scry, see what we got. A Golgari Queen. So we've got the mana for her. It's not exactly what we want, but she's a really good card. Let's keep her. I'm not going to be able to play her this turn, and so we'll let that enter the battlefield tapped. Another Dawn of Hope. I mean, stacking Dawn of Hope really isn't like super important, to be honest. Right? I mean, most of the time we only have enough mana to either draw a card or create the soldier, and usually not both, and usually not back to back, right? So we couldn't do like 2 activations of the Dawn of Hope unless we really needed to draw throughout our deck. So we get 1 activation off. Attack it, swing in for 4. Alright. Oh, we forgot to scry. My bad. Probably should have done the Temple Garden, but that's okay. I think we want to Ixalan's Binding the Pride Maid. We'll actually double scry. We'll scry at the end of their turn, see what we get, and then if we need to, we can scry on the beginning of our turn. We flip treasure map either way. So, let's see, let's see, let's see. Attack in for 4. Okay, Elira, not great. That's troublesome. But a cast down doesn't do me any good, so let's get that to the bottom. Alright, so let's treasure map and sack a treasure so we can draw our card, hopefully a Contempt. That was not what we wanted. Also not what we wanted. Alright, so we can Fountain of Renewal and Vraska. Alexa, start a pasta timer for 12 minutes. Alright. We can kill Mentor the Meek. Let's see, do we... She's not very well protected, so it's not going to do us any good. So let's pass the turn. Lyra's going to attack in. Cast down does nothing against Lyra, which is really unfortunate. But what we can do is we can try to destroy one of their other creatures, so they don't do as much damage. Okay. We'll get rid of that other Mentor. We really need a board wipe right now, which is really what we need. An Evolving Wild, that's interesting. Their own Dawn of Hope, interesting. We'll let that resolve. The question is, do we create a 1/1 token? I don't think it really does us any good. And so, we're just going to let that resolve. Yeah, I mean, we could do our own Dawn of Hope, but again, I don't think it really does us any good. So we're looking for a couple things, actually, right? Ritual doesn't really help us. A Cleansing Nova would be really nice right now. That was not what we wanted. Resolve? Yeah, decline. Go to... Right, so we have 5, 6. Nope, we don't have enough. We're going to decline that. We're really hoping to draw... So, Ritual doesn't really do it, unfortunately, at this point. We needed a Cleansing Nova, and we just didn't get it. Right, because if we Ritual, they still have Lyra, which doesn't do us any good. We can drop Vraska, but that doesn't do us any good. Alright, so that's it. Oh well, win some, you lose some. Just couldn't pull the sweepers that we needed when we needed them. Alright. So, we're going to go first, if it ever loads. A lot of lag today. I think it's my internet, to be honest. Overgrown Toon Swamp, Fountain of Renewal, Dawn of Hope. We don't have the white mana for Dawn. We do have Treasure Map turn 2. Already have double black for Ritual, so I think we're okay. And I think I want to go Overgrown Tomb untapped, pay the 2 for Fountain of Renewal turn 1. That's going to be our line of play. Nope. Our opponent mulls. It's always nice for us. Right, I'm okay paying the 2 because with Fountain of Renewal, I'm just going to get that back over 2 turns. So unless they have some way of removing this day 1, maybe Boros Aggro or White Weenie, which is really good with Ritual of Soot, so if we can keep drawing our lands, which we haven't yet, but Treasure Map will help. Johnny's Pride Maid, really good. It's a good card. It is. Right, in this kind of build with like Healer's Hawk, like it can get really big really fast. Ooh. We definitely want the land. Not ideally that, but that's okay. Oh, I always forget that part. I'm gonna put it in tap because, well, we can't really do anything with it just yet. Ugh, we're a little slow here, people. A little slow, but taking 5. That's rough. That hurts. So the question is, are we greedy? Do we hope we're gonna pull another land, or do we scry to make sure we get another land and then wait a turn? I think we wait and we hope. I think it's the best bet right now. Give me a land. That was not a land. That's okay. Alright. So, let's see. I think we just kind of wait. Moment of Craving. The Healer's Hawk. I think that's our best bet. We'll end up taking 6. Go down to 9. Plus the 2. Definitely should have gotten... Let's see what he pulls. I really hope... it's okay when you just build a board like this, right? Like, as long as we can hit a 4th land, which would be really nice right about now, we can just Ritual and call it a day. And I don't think we want to scry, because then we definitely can't. We're just going to hope we hit a land. Not ideal, but I'll take it. Goodbye. Alright, now we need some white lands. That would be really nice. Yep. That's okay. White lands. No. There's a white land. Always do that. So we'll take 3. Again, not ideal, but at least now we can also start pumping some stuff out if we need to. Or we can start drawing cards later on. We're kind of not exactly where we want to be as far as land is concerned. Hieromancer's Cage, what's he going to pull? Oh, the Dawn of Hope. That's okay. Okay, not what we wanted. Not at all what we wanted. We were looking for a white land. That would have been nice. Moment of Craving's good, but not what we want. But the good news is we got our land. So I think here we have to Cleansing Nova. And we have another Cleansing Nova. Perfect. Oh, that was a missed tap. It's okay. Let's draw us a card. Yay, another white land. And another white land. Now we get all of our white lands, of course. So unless he top decks a Hieromancer's Cage, which he might. This is what's going to happen when we just draw all of our lands now. His own Dawn of Hope. Ooh, look at that. That's a good card in that deck. I like that. Ooh. That's unfortunate for him. So we can create a soldier token, which is fine, if he wants. I'm just over here just gaining life. Oh, I like Karn. Let's play with Karn. That works. Oh, and he scoops. So that went exactly how we would have wanted it to go. Excellent. Alright, so looks like we're going first. We got a pretty decent hand. Start with Overgrown Tomb, Dawn of Hope turn 2, 2 Liars in Nebraska. Not a lot of early interaction, so hopefully they're not going to be playing Mono Red Aggro. Even then, we should be still okay, I think. And we're playing against Mono Red Aggro. Maybe. Maybe not. But we did just draw a Moment of Craving, so that definitely helps. Our opponent's name is Disoriented Ninja, which is pretty sweet, not gonna lie. So, I can't imagine that playing Mono Red Aggro didn't have a Viashino. I mean, maybe Mono Red Burn? Another Shock? Nope. They definitely have the other Shock. Chain Whirler, that's fine. Let's get rid of that. The lands aren't really a problem unless they're playing red-blue and they were screwed for blue mana, but looks like it's just Mono Red Aggro. Yeah, this is unfortunate. We're kind of looking for some lands now, but it is what it is. Cast Down's good, Moment of Craving is good. Really need our Contempts for when they drop Phoenix, like that one. And Firebrand is fine, so we can... Well, we can't 2-for-1 the Phoenix currently because we're short on lands. You know what? We'll just end... there's the other land. Except we're missing 2 black sources now, which is unfortunate. The good news is that Lyra pretty much blocks Phoenix all day long. So we're just going to take 5. He's holding it back. Oh, because I can create the 1/1 soldier token. Yeah, we'll just do that on his end step. So we'll take the 4. See if he plays anything else. Another Rekindling. Whew, that's rough. So he can sack his Firebrand to kill my guy, which is fine. Ooh, Fountain of Renewal is really nice, but not really what I wanted right now. But don't really have much else of a choice. We have plenty of ways out of this, but right now we do not. Runaway Steamkin's fine. Getting us to 2 life. Fountain Renewal is good in this matchup. It's a little late, unfortunately, and we're really looking for a Contempt or another mana. Because then we can at least put Lyra down, start gaining some life, and really hemorrhage this Phoenix fiasco. Not great. There's the other land. I really don't want to pay the 2 life, but I don't really... That puts us into lightning bolt range. Either way, I die next turn. Alright, let's do it. Do they have the shock plus the Firebrand? Wizard's Lightning? Oh, that was rough. Alright, so the deck didn't do as well as we had hoped. It did okay, and I think a lot of it might have been misplays on my part, but overall the deck did okay. You know, are there changes I would make? I think so. I'm not quite sure where, though. I think maybe Baby Vraska would be nice in here. And, you know, the more I play with Assassin's Trophy, the less I really like it. I mean, it's good, but I just think Contempt overall is just a much better card. You know, so it might be... Is there anything else that we're missing that I'd like to see? Maybe a Settle the Wreckage? I just feel like Settle, Soot, and Cleansing, it's a lot of white. And, I mean, I don't even know if we have the mana for it, to be honest. We would need something like 16 white sources. How many are running now? 4, 8, 12, 14. So we would need to find room for 2 more white sources. I'm just not sure. Green, how many green sources do we have? We have 4 times 4 is, nope, yeah, 4 times 4 is 16 green sources. So I don't think we need that many green sources. So we could probably cut down on some green and up the white, but then we'd also drop the black. So I'm not quite sure where we would get it from, to be honest. And I think maybe Baby Vraska might be nice in here. But, yeah, so maybe if we did something like -3 Assassin's Trophies, -2 Karn, Go 2 Settle the Wreckage. And 3 Baby Vraska. I think that might actually be better. Have to change the mana base a little bit. We need more white and less green. Not quite sure how I'd go about doing that. I mean, we're full out there. Yeah, I mean, until we get Orzhov's Shockland, which I don't even remember what it's called, the black and white, you know, pay 2 to have it enter on tap. We just don't really have the white sources that we need. I mean, this is probably okay. It's probably going to work, but it's not ideal, right? We're going to have trouble on a turn 4 settle. We do have Ritual of Soot. This is just really nice against Golgari decks, which we had a huge struggle with. So, yeah, I think I might run it like this. But we do have a pack we can open, so let's open that. Save and exit. Do we get anything good? We got enough for a rare wild card. And a card that's not in our collection. Another Gift of Paradise. What do we get? Supreme Phantom. That's great. Card I'll probably never use. That's okay. But yeah, that's it for this week's video, guys. So if you guys liked it, make sure to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, think about hitting subscribe. And I'll see you guys during the next game. Take it easy.